Hey friends, Ken here, your thrifty apprentice, and welcome to this year's holiday gift guide. I would like to take the time to share a few items that I have pulled together that I've had the chance to test and review over the last year or so. I'm sharing this with you in hopes that you may find something that sparks your interest, that you may want to either add to your own art collection or gift to someone this holiday season to add to theirs. So we're going to go ahead and jump right in and get started. Starting off with this little joy, the Joy Chaser. This is a travel brush by Paint Crush, designed by Christy Rice. It comes in this really cute little peachy felt carrying case that says Joy Chaser on the front. This happens to be one of my favorite brushes. It has a rose gold casing on it, and on the inside you get a super fine point golden tagline number 6 round. And I do mean it comes to a really nice point, and you can actually use this one brush to paint entire compositions with. It fits securely inside itself for protection and traveling, and it actually latches really well. The brush has nice balance. It's a little light there, and I just have enjoyed using it so much. Really affordable brush, and I will be sure to be linking everything that you see today in the video description. So that's the Joy Chaser, and it's a lot of fun to use. Definitely something that I recommend. Second up, we're looking at the Soho Urban Artist Select Stretched Watercolor Paper. You heard me correctly. That is stretched watercolor paper, not a watercolor canvas, or not a regular canvas that you need to prime or cover with ground in order to do your water-soluble painting on. This is Soho, which is a house brand by Jerry's Autorama. It comes 8x10, 100% cotton, 140-pound hot press acid-free paper that is sized internally and externally. The hot press paper has been stretched around an 8x10 frame and then stapled securely on the opposite side to give you the impression of having a canvas. And you can paint on it just like you would watercolor paper. Now, I do have a review that will be coming out on this brush, this stretched paper soon. But I can go ahead and tell you that I have really enjoyed using them. I've painted on several of them, and it's something that I would definitely get someone as a gift to try out to see how they like it. Third up, we're looking at art dice. Now, this product is by a company called Two Tumbleweed, and the intention is to help you get through artist art block. Now, I've done a review on these as well, and outside of linking where you can pick any of these up, any reviews that I've done on any of these products, I also try to link those in the video description as well. Now, this is a system of 9 colored dice that are wooden, that have guidelines on it, and you will get an instruction manual on the inside. But the idea is pretty simple. You roll the dice and you use the colored things that have been, or the things that have been given to you. One will be color, one would be the medium to use, one would be the texture to aim for, one would be the style to paint in. You would have 3 subject cubes, 1 cube to set the mood, and 1 cube for setting as far as scene is concerned. So really cool. You can use all of them at once or as few of them at once as you choose to. I have pulled these out so many times and rolled a dice here or there whenever I was trying to think of something to paint, especially when doing field tests for products. I highly recommend this. Now, there are other systems out there that are geared towards helping you break through artist's block. The thing is, I've noticed that they do cost a pretty penny. And if you're trying to keep it on the thrifty side and have something that'll fit inside a stocking, this is definitely a way to go. I think it is an amazing item. Next up is an item that I feel is really unique and I have really fallen in love with since I've had the chance to use it. Now, this is a Van Gogh, and it is actually a dipping pen. I've never owned a dipping pen, and maybe I'm a little biased to this one which is vintage design with a feather quill, simply because it's the first one I've ever used. But with that being said, it's an absolutely beautiful product that comes with a nib attached and 2 additional nibs inside the box and a bottle of ink already included. It is absolutely amazing. And if you've never used a quill, I say give yourself the chance, the opportunity to use one. I didn't know what I was missing until I actually started using it. And now I use it on a very regular basis. And I'm absolutely in love with the design of the quill. And of course, the feather, I do believe, is synthetic, so I don't have to worry about any animal dying in order to create it. Absolutely beautiful, and definitely something I would put on my recommendation list or on my gift list to get someone else. I think it would be a beautiful novelty gift, especially if you know someone that's into inking, be it permanent ink or water-soluble ink. Next up, let's take a look at pen and ink drawing workbook, since we're in that area. And this is by Alfonso Dunn. Now, this is actually a companion book to the original, but I do recommend the workbook because it is really straight to the point. It has wonderful exercises in it if you are one who wants to learn how to illustrate in ink. It goes step by step into many details and forces you to practice, giving you repetition to help you build muscle memory. Now, I actually reviewed and gave away one of these books back during Inktober, and it is probably one of the best educational resources I've ever worked through and worked out of. And I really felt like at the end of Inktober, my entire inking process, or just the way I looked at inking altogether, had changed for the positive. So this is definitely a book I recommend. And of course, you guys know I'm always about pushing an educational resource. Next up, we're looking at the Honey Mule, or Honey Mule, however you choose to say it, sugarcane watercolor paper. Now, this is an interesting product that's 135 pounds, and the paper itself is 70% sugarcane fiber and 30% cotton rag. I did not know how much I loved this paper until I got it. The idea of it seemed a little foreign to me, but once I had a chance to paint on it, it was amazing. I love the fact that it took all of the techniques that I threw, and this was just something with me playing around, trying to create an overall pattern. It also took, one of the harshest things I do to paper is to abrade it with a piece of credit card or gift card. And whenever I find a paper that can hold up to that, I am really impressed, especially when it gives you the detail without tearing, without peeling. I didn't experience any of that with this paper. I think that it is a wonderful addition to try. I mean, I'm not sure if I tell beginners to run out and get it. Not that it would be a bad paper to begin on at all, but I definitely suggest that artists throughout their art journey at some point give a paper like this a try. I think that you will really enjoy it. Next up, we're going to take a look at a swatching stamp set. This is Paint Crush, another item designed by Christy Rice. This is a swatching stamp set. It's a set of 16 stamps for joyful painting swatching. I cannot tell you how much fun I have had using this stamp set in order to swatch out many different paints. It comes with all these really cute and whimsical stamps meant for you to basically create and enjoy and have fun while you're swatching, turning swatching from something that could possibly be monogamous to something that could be really fun and adventurous. I've made entire like fun swatching sheets. I mean, the value in this is the amount of fun you have over and over and over swatching your paints. I'll be honest, it had gotten to the point with swatching paints where I was starting to be like, do I really want to swatch them? And after getting this set, I really enjoy swatching paints on a very regular basis. Now, each one of her products, or most of them, do come with a QR code for a free painting class included. So I feel like they're more than worth the value. So I definitely suggest this is a really great gift, I believe, for that water-soluble artist in your life. And you can even use those swatching stamps to swatch out other mediums. It doesn't just have to be something that's water-soluble. So that's something I would definitely suggest giving a consideration. Next up is a set of aqua bricks by Creator. Now, this is a very unique product. It's water soluble, and you get 10 of these brick-like pigmented colors. Now, I've tested and reviewed these, and as I said earlier, anything that I have a review for will be linked in the video description. These really put me sort of in the mind as an alternative to like your Derwent ink tints, blocks, things of that nature. They have a much smoother finish, but they have a lot of similar qualities to that. They're really, really pigmented, really easy to re-wet, and I really had a great time painting with these. Now they come with like this dried hydrated sponge, which can be put in water and then it comes back to real sponge size, but I haven't used that as of yet. But as far as the aqua bricks themselves are concerned, I would put these in, you know, like one of my top 10 products recommended, simply because I feel like they're so much fun, so much worth the value, very bright and pigmented, super, super great product. Now, I don't remember if there was light fast information included with these. Again, I'll link the review in the video description in case you want to check this product out. But nonetheless, it is definitely something I would recommend, especially if you're looking for something different. You know, it's one of those novelty products. You're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. I love it, and I think it's a wonderful product. Next up, I'm looking at the DeFyantArts Bamboo Voyager palette. Yes, this is my very own product, or one of my very own products sold by my company, DeFyantArts. It is a 100% bamboo wooden palette with a top slide door that opens and hinges and closes with a magnetic closure. Now, it's going to have 24 empty half pans already included with the palette to fill with your paints of choice. I have a different mixture of paints in here. I have some tubes that I've dried down. I have some paint sticks that I've cut. Now, special thing to note, the wells inside the palette are drilled deep enough so that as long as you don't overfill your half pans, you do not have to worry about getting any paint on the top of your lid. Now, you'll see here I have paint on the top of my lid, but that's because I cut down paint sticks and put them in there, and they were sticking well up above the top of my half pans. So in that instance, it did get color on the top of my lid. But as long as you don't overfill your half pans, you just fill them like a standard half pan would be filled, then it is made so that the grooves around the side have a lip that they form to keep the top of the palette from touching the paint, just so long as you don't overfill it. Very doable. It is a really small footprint palette that holds a lot of paint, and I'm really proud of this product. And I, you know, do definitely recommend it. I mean, it's gotten some really good reviews from those people who have bought it, and I would hope that it's something people would consider either for themselves or for gifting this holiday season. Okay, let's wrap things up here with the last items on my recommendation list, and we're going to start with the Shinhan Professional Watercolors. Now, let it be known, everything that I said in this video is simply based on my opinion, my painting style, and the joy that I've had from using these products, knowing that they are presented at a very economical price on a regular basis. And if you're catching them on a deal, say Black Friday, Cyber Monday, or whenever Amazon may be running one of the coupons, you're definitely getting a great value. Now, the Shinhan Professional is not something that I have used in this recent year, but I have been using them over the last couple of years. This happens to be the paint set that I used in my newly released product on the dot card. It was at that point that it revitalized my love for this paint and reminded me just how great, bright, vibrant, saturated these paints are. They are an amazing quality, in my opinion, for their value. And although they are not Shinhan's top professional line, I do believe that they fall within the, well, they're considered student grade, but they are really high on the student grade scale. There is not a huge difference between these and the actual PWC/SWC professional paints. Hands down, I would suggest these. I've seen them on sale quite a lot recently. And if you are a lover of Pretty Excellent, meaning Pretty Excellent, or Artwell's paints, if you are a lover of Hemi, I think that these would fall within that category, maybe being a little even better quality than all of those in my own opinion, and something you should definitely consider and give a try. Absolutely. Next up on this list is another student grade set. This is Paul Rubens Chaume watercolors. This is a 24 color tube set of some of the most vibrant, bright, saturated, clean color pigment, clean mixing colors I have ever experienced. Now, one of my most recommended starter products is the Mealing Pretty Excellent watercolors, 36 count half pan set. And although they are not featured in this particular video because I've mentioned them more than once, I will include them in the video description. With that said, if you love those, I think you will more than love these, because it is my honest opinion that these are a better quality than the actual Pretty Excellent paint. They are just so amazing and clean. They are very well presented. You get quite a lot of paint, a very vast range of colors, split primary temperature colors in there. You can pull out several different curated mixing palettes, and the paints are super affordable. So if you like Pretty Excellent, you can consider these a step up, and they are definitely on this recommendation list. While we're at it, let's go ahead and look at another product from Shinhan. I did not realize that I had two of the same product here when I started putting together this recommendation list. But nonetheless, next we're looking at the Shinhan Professional Designer Gouache. Now, I've tried so much gouache over my painting career. Most of it, admittedly, has been student grade. Here in the last 2 years, I've really been getting into professional and designer grades of gouache. Shinhan happens to be the one that I have found I like the most for several different reasons. With that said, of the things recommended, does not mean that I've tried every paint in the world. It just simply means that of those that I have tried, I think that these are great quality and something that you might enjoy. This is one of the few that I've come across because I like to actually pan my paints, let them dry down, and then paint from them that way. That has not given me many problems with cracking. Now, they do crack a little, don't get me wrong, but for the most part, they dry down, and I have been enjoying that palette with absolutely no problem. They are a really opaque gouache, which is what I'm looking for, yet and still they have the ability to maintain their color saturation when watered down to be used in an opaque watercolor format. At 15 milliliter tubes, robust color selection, mix very, very well, and work amazingly in mixed media projects versus standalone gouache paintings, excuse me. I do not believe you can go wrong with these. Now, before this, my suggestion probably would have been the Turner Designer Gouache, but I do believe, in my honest opinion, that these are of better quality. But that is just my opinion. With that said, they are definitely on my recommendation list. And wrapping up today, the last product I want to recommend to you is the newly released Paul Rubens 5th generation of professional watercolors. Friends, I am in love. There are very, very few paints, professional or not, that I'll say I love. Magello Mission Gold, Core by Golden, Daniel Smith paints are very nice, but I'm a huge fan of both Shinhan and Paul Rubens products. this is an amazing set of paints. You are going to get 24 half pans of primarily single pigment colors that mix and blend together beautifully. You have a very robust range of colors, right? You're not missing or feeling like you're missing from anything, and you can basically create. The fact that they're single pigment does lean them to be more on the transparent side. So whether you are a one layer artist or an artist that likes to paint in many multiple layers, I think this would be a paint that you would really want to give a consideration. And the great thing about Paul Rubens is outside of their regular, like normal sales on major days like Black Friday or Cyber Monday or even Prime Day, Paul Rubens normally runs a pretty good sale and pretty good listing prices on their products. So without a shadow of a doubt, if you are looking for a great professional quality product that you haven't tried before, I would definitely recommend the Paul Rubens 5th generation Uland 24 half pan watercolor set. All right, friends, and there you have it. Hopefully throughout the course of this kind of short list, you saw something that may have piqued your interest, you heard something that you may have liked, or you just enjoyed hanging out. If you did, don't forget to sprinkle a little love and give the video a thumbs up. You can share the video because sharing is caring. It'll do two things. A, help the algorithm push out in front of other wonderful viewers like you. And two, maybe it'll be someone else that hasn't connected to the thrifty community just yet that would love to see this recommendation list. If you're new to the channel or returning and you haven't subscribed, you need to hit the subscription button and notification bell so that you know when we go live or when we upload. Check the video description for all of the relevant links. I will be linking all of these products so that you can go directly to them. I will be linking all of the product reviews that I've done for any of these products. There will be a link for the DeFyantArts website in case you happen to be interested in the DeFyantArts Bamboo Voyager palette. And then there are, of course, links for the Facebook page, the Patreon page, Instagram. Yeah. So guys, and the artist wish list. In the most recommended product list on a normal basis. So yeah, there's a lot of links down there, a lot of good things. So be sure to explore. Thank you guys so much for joining me for another great video. And remember, as I tell you at the end of every single one, just keep creating.